it's writer's block. I can just get something started on the page. Oh, holy cow. Okay. Hi, welcome back. For those of you who are new here, I'm Peyton. I'm a speculative fiction writer, and I'm currently working on an adult fantasy romance that I am calling Project Old Lovers. Today we're going to be creating a Pinterest board for a scene that I've been referring to as the masquerade ball scene. There we go. And I'll be giving you an in-depth look on how I create a Pinterest board for a particular setting. So I haven't done much work on this scene at all. I've made a voice note. I've kind of been letting it sit and marinate in my head a bit. I have an idea of what I want to happen, but I haven't created the scene at all. So I'm behind on that. So we're going to go into Pinterest. I'm going to show you that. I'm also going to give you like a broad overview of how I use Pinterest early on in the novel stage. I'll give you a peek at Scrivener, I guess, because sometimes I keep things over there. After that, my goal is to finally reach 10K words in my first draft. I can't believe we're finally there. We are so close. I need to go check the exact number, but like, guys, it's insane how close we are. 10K doesn't seem like much when you think about like the entirety of a novel. A novella is like, 50,000 words, on the thicker side of a novella, which this might be. Typically, when you write for the fantasy genre, it's closer to like 80,000 words, 90,000. A lot of people will get up to 100,000 and then start cutting down in their drafts. I'm pretty sure I'm an underwriter. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. If you are an underwriter, let me know in the comments below. Let's band together and support. I'm either going to work on the masquerade ball scene that we're going to work on Pinterest, or I have some earlier scenes in the book that are like introducing some important characters, meeting them. And I've been thinking about both of these scenes for a while in the back of my head. So I'll probably just pick one and that should get us to our goal. So let's dive in. So here's my general Pinterest boards. When I was first creating and trying to capture the general vibe of my story, I created the project board, but of course I also came across a lot of little pieces, fragments, like we're going to refer to, that just didn't fit into my story, or I thought maybe I could use them later in the story. I just didn't see how they would fit yet. So I just started creating general boards like fantasy hair, weapons, creatures, settings that I think I could use later on because they're just gorgeous. They're beautiful, but they just might not fit into this project right now. So right now, Project Old Lovers is a secret board. And one of the cool things about Pinterest, you probably already know this, but when I first started using it in high school, you didn't have any organization. Now there's a ton of organization on here. I would say if we scroll to the bottom here, this is general vibes. Old Lovers, I like these black and white photos of older looking people. It kind of captures the era. You'll also see a lot of soul lovers, soulmate references. One of the themes of the story is exploring soulmates and that idea. In other romantasy books, soulmate is usually referred to as like a fated mate. And I've said before that I want to really play with that idea, maybe flip it on its head and explore that through the lens of mature love and what that looks like when you are older instead of a 20-something protagonist, 19-year-old, Now we're going to get into making the settings board for the masquerade scene. I need to figure out what the actual room looks like, the floors, what are they wearing? So I'm going to create a new section. I'm going to say masquerade. I'm not sure if this is what she's wearing or what somebody else is wearing. So right now I'm just focusing on the actual setting, like the colors that I see. There's something about this. Like I don't see water on the floor, but I do picture a very ethereal looking ballroom. So this is gorgeous. I like the blue tinge of this. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to click on this and see what else comes up. I don't really see this as like a warm candlelit scene either. Like this is too warm, this is too warm. I can't explain why this speaks to me in particular. Part of it is the colors, but there's something else that I can't quite define right now. See, and you can spend so much time doing this. So either give yourself the time, divide it up into chunks, or set a time limit. So what is creativity? I think Hayao Miyazaki, the Japanese film director and legendary animator of titles like Spirited Away, Ponyo, Howl's Moving Castle, Whisper of the Heart, sums it up best. The creation of a single world comes from a huge number of fragments and chaos. I think this quote sums up perfectly why Pinterest is such a fantastic tool for writers. As writers, we have these crazy, ridiculous brains that take little pieces from every lived experience that we have, every other piece of media that we're feeding our brains. We like mash it up and then we spit it back out. Like our brains just try and make stories out of these little pieces, whether we're dreaming, whether you're letting your brain wander when you're in the shower, on a walk. I think this is what makes the creative brain different. So why is Pinterest such a great tool for this? Because Pinterest has all those little fragments just sitting there. These lovely little pieces, these delicious little ideas that we can just eat up and spit back. That was kind of a disgusting metaphor, but you know, the creative process, we want to put rose tinted glasses on and say it's beautiful. Sometimes it's messy, and I think that's fitting. But because our brains are always trying to tell us stories with these little pieces, as Hayao Miyazaki calls them, fragments, chaos, our brains are just reforming them into our stories. It is an amazing tool. I can't believe when I was in high school and first starting to write seriously that I didn't use Pinterest, because I used it for other things in my life, like outfit inspiration, and a lot of us were pinning recipe ideas when it first came out. It felt like cheating to me, and now I'm like, girl, what were you doing? You could have finished your novel if you weren't trying to check out books in the library for all of your information. Like Pinterest is like the creme de la creme. It's not cheating. It's just using tools smartly. So now I have to decide which of the scenes I'm gonna try to write. I've been marinating on both of these scenes for a while now, but again, I'm not confident I'm going to be able to craft either of them the way I want to right now, especially after pinning all that stuff and looking at my document, my Scrivener, I guess, as a whole, and seeing how behind I am on world building and creating those documents and plotting. And then I just realized there's a lot more research I want to do about that particular scene that's gonna slow me down. I think I just need to write. I feel like this is a pitfall that a lot of writers fall into, like this trap of, it's writer's block, I guess is the way to put it, where you don't feel ready to do something and then you just procrastinate and you put it off and then you don't write and then you let your project sit there forever. And then that's how it falls to the wayside, and it's really devastating. We're not gonna do that. Instead, today I think I'm going to start with the masquerade ball scene. I know it's not going to be anything like it needs to be. I will not be even writing like the first line of the proper scene. But if I can just get something started on the page from what I see in my head, I think that would be a really great start. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
cozy. Do you love that blankie? Yeah. Getting cozy in the rain.
Getting close to 5 o'clock. It's raining and dark and cozy outside. I'm gonna tell myself that once I get this done, I can do some reading that I've been waiting to do. And hell, ice cream sandwich. I should probably eat dinner first. And then just relax for the rest of the night. We're almost done. Okay. So we have finally done it. We've hit 10,000 words in my manuscript. That's super exciting. We are at exactly 10,368 words of hopefully 80,000. But like I said, if this is gonna be a novella, I'm okay with 50,000. Either way, it's super exciting. I only got that one scene written. It's not finished yet. We're already at 1,200-ish words for that chapter, but I have a few more things that I want to happen in the scene, but I have to get some background plotting done, I think, before I'm able to write those things. I'm kind of stuck, but I was surprised by how much I was able to get done. Like, I lit my candle, I had my playlist going, and the words just kind of started flowing. It's definitely not perfect, I can already tell that, but I turned off that self-editing brain and just a lot more got down on the page than I thought I would, so that's good. I still have that other chapter to work on. I don't think I'm gonna get that done today. I think I need to take a break. Maybe I'll come back later tonight. But that was a pretty productive afternoon. It's about 6 o'clock. I think we're gonna have some dinner soon. I'm gonna do some reading. I might come back and write a little bit more. But if you made it this far, comment the little theater masks for our masquerade ball scene that we've been talking about and working on today. Let me know if you found that Pinterest tutorial helpful, if you want more stuff like that. And until next time, thanks for watching.